Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today we are going to be talking about The Promised Neverland Season 2, Episode 8, and this was a really good episode. This might have been my favorite episode so far. I know technically we only have 3 episodes left, and that kind of sucks that we only have 3 episodes left. We're getting 11 episodes this season, so I hope that means there's either a break and we get a part 2, or there's a break and they just kind of go directly into season 3. I know the manga has ended. I'm not sure how far, anime original they have gone, but I've liked it. There's not really an episode that I've specifically hated. But I mean, I completely agree that in certain cases the pacing's a little bit fast. But that was definitely not the case for this particular episode. So we kind of start off with Norman in the experimental laboratory, doing all of these experiments. They keep giving him pills. They do give him pills. I just want to clarify that because that's going to play an important role momentarily. And they give him all these tests, these IQ tests, and he is like genius level Einstein. They cannot give him a test where he doesn't score a perfect score every single time. And it also kind of leads me to believe that maybe Mother was less evil than we thought, because yes, she could have killed him, but she saw that there was hope for him to survive in a different facility, and she didn't, just off him right away. She was like, look, this kid's extremely smart. Maybe use him for something else. Maybe let him live a little bit longer. So while, yes, Mother is terrible and an evil human being, and I know she's going to come back at some point in time, as we've seen, because she's the one that's supposed to hunt down the kids. We also know that she legitimately tried to save some of the kids, and I think, her love for some of those kids is actually true. But moving on, Norman, we just see him walking past, like, all these modified kids, and then, all of these, crazy demons eating people, just unfazed by it. At this point in time, he meets a man that may possibly be his biological father. Looks very similar to him. He has, the long white hair. He's taller than him, obviously, because Norman's like 13, 14 years old. But it is a possibility that that was his biological father. We don't know. That's not mentioned, but it could be. I think it's definitely a possibility. And that guy's in a science lab experimenting on other people. I hate to say, think kind of Holocaust style, but it does. It kind of reminds me that they did terrible experiments to people during the Holocaust. During several Holocausts, I should say, unfortunately. But I think that's kind of where it wants to bring you and get you to that really kind of dark, terrible place. We learn that they give them a Rubik's Cube, this big Rubik's Cube to solve, and somehow they get access to paper too. And then Norman ends up writing notes to other people. He actually contacts Vincent first, and then they end up saving as many as they can. The problem is a lot of them are pretty much either super drugged up or basically brain dead. So when Norman finally figures out how to get enough chemicals and how to get enough, detonators, things along those lines to actually make an explosion to kill a bunch of people, he can't bring a lot of them with him because, they're mentally just gone. There's nothing he can do about it. And that is really sad. It is really, really sad that happened that way. We also learn in the facility that he has been coughing up blood a lot more and more and more. So it is a possibility that whatever pills they're giving him, they may be possibly enhancing his intelligence even more. But at the same time, they also may be destroying his insides. So we don't really know how long Norman has to live because he is sick. He is very sick. He needs some sort of medical attention. And it is a possibility he is going to die soon. So that's why he is so gung-ho about his plans to execute it as best he can and get everything going. So going on to what Emma, Don, and Ray, Gilda, a couple other of them are doing, they are trying to find Sonju and Muzika so that way they can, bring them to Norman and be like, hey, look at this, they're decent people, they're not going to eat people, things along those lines. They'll be good to go for the foreseeable future. And as they're doing this, they run into one of the crazy 6-legged spider demons, is the best way to describe them. And they're running, Emma creates a distraction, and Ray shoots it, right in the center eye. We think it's dead, but then we just get this horrible moment where it opens its mouth to eat Emma, and it's over. Like, there was like a good 5 seconds of it's over, but then here comes Sonju with his giant, crazy freaking sword, slices the thing's head off, no problem. and good to go. They meet up. She says thank you to both of them. They're like, you have to come with us right away. We have our friend that's planning to do this horrible plan. He's going to kill all of your kind. We don't fully agree with it. And then, as Emma's trying to portray this, we're on day 4. Keep in mind, they had 5 total days in order to do it. The bomb goes off. Literally, you see a giant smoke cloud. A couple of the kids are in the lookout tower looking at it. Emma, Ray, they all feel it, and they're like, oh crap, Norman actually did it. We had another day. That's not fair, Don said. I think Gilda was similar. All of them were like, what the heck is going on? We had another day before this was supposed to happen. That's not cool. And then it pans to the horribleness. All I can think of is kind of, like Nagasaki, the atom bomb going off. I feel like this is kind of a similar portrayal of how they want to do that. And you just see the demons mutating back into the primitive form. A father eating his own kid. And it is just a nightmare. But we did notice, I don't think all of them actually turn back. So there are some of them that, have that special blood in them where they're not going to turn primitive again. Because we learned that the special blood does actually stop them from being primitive. Then we fan to a little girl demon that Norman is about to kill. He has the sword. And then he hears Emma, because that's the little girl demon's name, is Emma. And she's looking for her grandfather, which we later find out is the old blind demon that we've seen in previous episodes. And then he runs to her. And then Norman, he kind of has like this giant epiphany moment of humanity where he was like, these are real living creatures. They're intelligent creatures. They love family. They love their relatives and other beings as much as we do. And he's just like, why can't I do this? I know this was going to happen, but I don't understand why I can't kill them. This was the plan all along. And then I think he's just realizing what he's done. And then he goes to stab one. The blind demon, lifts his hand up and gets blood. And as his granddaughter is mutating, he dumps his blood on her and says, look, take this blood and run away as far as you can. And he is a demon that has that blood in him. He has the special blood where he is always going to be a demon in a human-like intelligent form, but he is never going to mutate back to his primitive state even with the gas. And we see that, we see the gas come and that demon is fine. He's perfectly fine. He said, I've lived a full life. So we don't even know if that demon's been eating humans. He did mention that he likes the taste of humans. He asked Norman if he is a human. And then he says, I know this day will come. I know this day would come. Because that's how it is. If you trap intelligent beings, eventually they're going to get smart enough where they fight back. You can't really avoid that. But for this entire town, I don't know how far this gas is going to spread, but this entire town, like they're done. They're all crazy mutant demons. All of Norman's lab mates are in there killing all of them. We actually, kind of see like a still of them, almost like Itachi in Naruto, and when he was like on that post. All of them are on a post ready to just kill all the demons. And I'm assuming that's what they're doing in the background. Emma and Ray do actually make to Norman. And they see Norman, as a little kid with a knife. And Emma's like, I'm not going to let you shoulder this alone. Stop trying to do everything alone. I'm here for you. And I think we don't know what's going on with Norman. Norman might be good to go. He may stop not kill them. And they may explain the issue. The old demon may sacrifice himself, or they may try to kill people. I think it's a good possibility that the old demon or the girl will try to actually kill Norman while he has his back turned to them. I think that is a real possibility, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. So, a lot of violence, a lot of gore, a lot of craziness going on in this episode, but excellent episode. I think this is going to be my 10 out of 10 for the season. I loved the pacing in this episode. I loved the backstory with Norman. I loved the action. I loved the fighting. Just loved how everything panned out. So I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10. This is definitely one of those episodes where if I ever do go and revisit the show, which is rarely, this will probably be an episode where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back to that specific episode and watch that again because I remember that one being really, really good. Next episode, what I think is probably going to happen, as I said, I think Norman may try to get attacked. Or I think one of his lab mates, Sislo or Vincent or somebody, is going to come down and like kill those two demons. I think that's a good possibility. Maybe knock Emma out because they don't have anything against Emma. They just don't like her ideas. So I think it is a possibility that she may get knocked out while they go about their killing spree and wipe out the entire village. And I don't know how they plan on spreading it to others, because there's a lot more demon villages out there. You got an entire half a world, but it seemed like Norman's plan wasn't necessarily about doing it to everyone. It was more about wiping out this entire village, so that way people can actually live in this village, free from demons controlling them. You build a wall or something around it, and then they can defend themselves a lot easier from demons, because now the entire freaking town is destroyed. They're all reverting back to their primal states. Well, most of them were, that we saw. As I said, they were eating other people, and then it just became demons killing demons, because once they go beast demon, I'm going to call it, primordial demon, then everything's fair game. They will eat anything and everything that is in their path. They will cannibalize their own people. They do not care. They want food. They are hungry. And that's, I think, where we're just going to leave it. So, excellent episode. Let me know what you think in the comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. Leave a like. And I already said comment down below, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Thank you for watching. My name is Steve Gray. And as always, have a good one.